Hey everybody, Andra Arnold here from Andra Arnold Associates and Royal LePage Real City. And there's a few things I've wanted to chat about, and I haven't made any videos in a while, so I just thought I'd start with this one. I really want to talk about something called perceived loss. So I think with the market corrections that we've seen in the past little bit, what we do see with a lot of sellers is that when you go to meet with people, they're like, well, my house was worth this and now it's worth a lower value. It's irrelevant. And the reason why I'm not trying to be rude or I'm not trying to be like too forward, but reality is this: if you're not buying and selling in a marketplace at the same time, I think that would be the only time that would be relevant. So someone who had wished to sell during COVID and during the peak and didn't sell at that time and is not buying, maybe a bit of a loss, but reality is that where were you going to go when rents were so high and you would have to buy in the same marketplace with the inflated market? The only people who are truly seeing a loss right now in the market where we are the ones that bought in the inflated market, which was a false market. So in late 2021 and very early 2022, we had such a lack of inventory that the demand just superseded the supply, that it was just sheer economics. It really had nothing to do with, oh, the values had gone up significantly and that's what it was. It was economics. It was supply and demand, and I do think that there was a lot of like craziness and anxiousness about people not having a home. So I want to really talk, again, perceived loss. So when you meet with a client or when you're meeting with a real estate agent and you have an expectation of what the values of the properties were in that inflated market that was not really true, it's difficult, I understand, for you to wrap your head around to be like, well, my neighbor got X number of dollars for their house and their house is inferior to mine. It would only be because they sold in the false market, and they also, they had to buy in that market as well. So again, another thing too with not a perceived loss is if you've used your property and you've borrowed the equity against the property. So say you had your property valued in 2021, 2022, when the height of the market, and you have an appraisal that's significantly higher than what the market value is, and you've borrowed that money from your property. I believe there is a loss there, right? Because the equity that you've borrowed against, what you may have done is you've actually borrowed the full equity of your home and anticipating that there's still equity there, because you can only leverage your property to 80%. I just think it's really important for us to change our mindset, right? So it's a paradigm shift. People have to really shift their brain space to understand we aren't seeing huge losses. We saw a correction. We saw a hugely inflated price point, and then we saw it come back. And if you look at the trajectory and the trends for the last 10 years, we're still on track. So we are ahead of what the early 2021 market is or was. And if you look at year over year percentage-wise, we still have appreciated. So if you looked at 2018 prices and then you add the appreciation each year that we would normally see in a marketplace, your house is likely worth that at this moment in time. It's that blip that's really throwing a lot of people off. And I just thought I would share that with you because I think it's important for people to understand. I hope you're having a super great day, and I'll talk to you soon.